40-45. I done figured this raps it out. I maps it out strategically. Timing is everything, and it seems to be the key to my success.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on this hockey channel. My name is Nikita Nazarov, and today I wanted to talk about Quinn Hughes, and he's a Minnesota Wild now. And this is the kind of trade that is going to get dissected for years. The Athletics' Harman Dial broke it down as winners and losers, and I'm going to give you his take plus my take because I don't agree with every angle, but the framework is solid. Now, quickly, I'm going to go over the trade recap. So, Minnesota acquires Quinn Hughes. Vancouver gets Zeev Buium, Marco Rossi, Liam Olgren, and a 2026 first-round draft pick. Dial's core premises are simple. Minnesota just added a top-tier superstar to one of the NHL's hottest teams. Meanwhile, Vancouver finally accepts that this era is over, and they are pivoting towards a reset. So the big question is, who won the trade? Now, my overall verdict is that if I had to pick a winner right now, I'd lean towards Minnesota because they got Quinn Hughes, and he's one of the best defensemen in the NHL. In my opinion, he's the second best defenseman in the league behind Cale Makar. As a full trade package, I actually think it's pretty even because Vancouver got a return that could age well, especially if Buium hits. So Minnesota wins because they got the franchise level player, but Vancouver didn't get robbed. Now, Quinn Hughes is a winner. Dial's take here is that Hughes is a winner because he goes from a hopeless Vancouver situation to a contender immediately, gets surrounded by elite weapons, and avoids months of uncertainty. Now, my take is I do agree this is a win for Hughes because the Wild are built like a real contender now. Deep blue line, strong goaltending, and they have scoring up front. The only downside is simple. You have to prove it in the playoffs, but he's now positioned to do that. And even if he doesn't extend, he's still set up to cash in later. He's in the driver's seat. Now, another winner here are the Minnesota Wild. Dial's take is that Minnesota didn't score enough from their blue line. Hughes fixes that instantly, and the upside is championship level if they extend him. Now, my take is that this is exactly the type of a move a franchise makes when it believes the window is real. And Minnesota's window is real. Kaprizov's prime, Boldy, Faber, Wallstead, it's all lining up. Now, did they pay a fair price? Yes. Is it expensive? Absolutely. But you don't get a top 10 NHL talent for cheap. If I'm Bill Guerin, I would lean yes towards making the trade. You don't play scared if your goal is to win the cup. And the state of hockey matters too. It's a real fit for a player like Hughes. The extension risk. So Dial's angle here is even if Hughes doesn't re-sign, Minnesota could still recoup value as a rental trade later. Now, my take is I think the risk of him not extending is low. I would put it at 2 out of 10 right now. Why? Because Bill Guerin doesn't strike me as the type of dude that would make a trade unless he believes there's a legitimate path to keeping him. Similar to the confidence he showed when the Kaprizov deal got done. And yes, if the absolute worst case happens, Minnesota can still recover a massive package later. Elite defensemen like that carry a ridiculous market value, especially if they're still playing at that level. Now, the losers here is the Canucks management and the ownership. And I got the Canucks jersey for this. Now, Dow's take is that Vancouver failed to build a sustainable contender around the best defenseman in franchise history. And ownership/management will wear that forever. Now, my take is I do agree with the direction of that criticism, and I'd put the heaviest blame on the ownership. The leadership starts at the top, and Vancouver has been unstable for a long time. I will say this. One underrated thing Vancouver's regime has actually done well was the coaching staff. Dial doesn't seem to focus on that as much because the structure and coaching identity they've had recently has been real, in fact. But the bigger picture is that the asset management and stability haven't been good enough. Another winner here would be Vancouver's under 25 core. Dial's take is that Vancouver's return is strong given the situation, and Buium is the key. He's the stable blue chip piece that makes the whole thing work. Now, my take is I'm with him. Vancouver gets a solid return, and I think some fans are underrating it. Zeev Buium has the lead upside. I see him as a future top pairing guy, potentially a number 1/number 2 defenseman. Marco Rossi is a legitimate top 6 center. I see him as a really strong second line center with upside. Liam Olgren could be a real third line piece, and if he ever reconverts back towards becoming a center, that's even more value for Vancouver. And that first rounder is huge in a strong draft, and they have their own first round draft pick. So in case they do tank this year, they have a very good player that they're going to end up drafting as well with their own first. This isn't a 1-for-1 star replacement, but it's a real foundation if development is done correctly with these young players. Now, is Vancouver rebuilding or retooling? Dow's take is that trading Hughes early helps Vancouver tank properly and aim for elite draft talent. My take is I think Vancouver is more in a retool mindset than a full teardown. Full rebuilds don't guarantee anything. Buffalo and Detroit are warnings. The better model is staying functional while injecting young talent that can play, for example, the Washington Capitals. But yes, if they finish bottom 3, it's not automatically bad. Their draft position could become a major win, however. Now, in terms of a loser here, New Jersey and others who missed out, Dow's take on that is that New Jersey is a loser because they could have used Hughes badly, especially with the injuries in their current slide. My take is I'm more in the middle on this. The Devils could have had enough assets to lend him, but maybe Vancouver simply didn't like their package. And long term, New Jersey isn't dead. If Hughes ever hits UFA in 2027 and the Devils have room, the 3 Hughes brothers storyline could come back. So yes, it's disappointing, but it's not catastrophic. And they need to learn how to play without Jack Hughes when he's not in the lineup. So that's really the bigger issue. Now, the Central Division fallout. So Dow's take on this is that the Central is tougher now. Minnesota is leveling up, and it hits everybody. Now, my take is that it creates a real Central of big 3. You got Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota now. I'll go further. I have Minnesota as the second best team in the Central right now behind Colorado, but they still have to prove it in the playoffs. This team hasn't earned automatic Cup favorite status yet. They need at least one serious win to validate the move. Now, another winner in all of this is Brock Faber and the Wild Blue Line. Dow's take is that Faber benefits massively because he's no longer having to be the guy every night. Now, my take is I 100% agree. Hughes absorbs so much pressure and creation responsibility that everyone slots better. Faber gets to play to his strengths, learn from the elite defenseman that Hughes is, and not to be overloaded. And Minnesota's blue line on paper becomes one of the best in the NHL. The human side in Vancouver. So Dial's take on this is that Hughes' American friends and core pieces feel this. It's gutting and could trigger more changes. My take is that this is huge. Losing the franchise cornerstone can absolutely shake a room. Whether it leads to a full teardown depends on how Vancouver handles the rest of the year and what happens with the veteran pieces, but emotionally, it is a massive shift. And just a quick recap. Minnesota just acquired a franchise cornerstone defenseman that moves them into a real contender territory. Vancouver accepted reality, pivoted toward a retool, and loaded up on young talent and picks to build the next core. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more future content that's going to be coming up on this channel. Make sure to like this video as well. It helps get the video out there more to the algorithm. Make sure to also share this video on all social platforms with all of your friends. And most importantly, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And with all that being said, my name is Nikita Nazarov. This is the channel for all hockey fans to be in, Inside Hockey with Nikitos, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Take it easy, and peace.
And let's move on and find zone that I've grown and get the bone. Keep licking these nuts. You industry marks keep walking around sniffing each other's butts, or should I say asses? What would be the more politically